My faithful one, I have been keeping something from you, not to hurt you, but to protect the surprise. I have been preparing long before a single thought formed in your conscious mind. Today, I was already orchestrating something beautiful for your life. I have decided what I am going to do, and I will not change my mind. The hard times you have been going through are coming to an end. It is not because you finally earned it by being good, not because your prayers have accumulated enough merit. It is because I keep my promises, and now is the time for you to break through. I am the one who keeps an eye on you, the guardian who has never taken his eyes off of you. In this moment, I want you to understand how important what I am speaking over your life truly is. I want to talk to you about who I really am in your life, because I think you have forgotten some important truths during this hard season. You have doubts about my character because of the problems you have faced. There have been delays that made you wonder what I was trying to do. When you were going through the worst times, the silence made you wonder if I was even listening. But I want to put your fears to rest. I am not some faraway God who does not care about the little things in your life, sitting on a throne too distant to feel your pain. I am not an impersonal force that works by cold, hard rules and does not care about your problems. I am not a judge who is ready to punish you for your mistakes, or a demanding authority who expects too much from you. Let me be your guardian and protector. I know how many hairs are on your head, and I know all the worries that have kept you awake during the quiet hours when sleep would not come. I know every single thing about you, including the parts you keep to yourself and the parts you show to everyone else. When you think something you have never said out loud, I already know it. I know the fears you have never told anyone about. I can see the wounds you have covered up with smiles, and the tears you have hidden to make yourself appear strong. I can see everything about you, and nothing about you makes my love any less. You are completely known, and I love you no matter what. It does not change when you fail. It does not change when you succeed. It does not change because of what you do. It flows from who I am. When you look at your life, you see a list of mistakes. I do not see that. I am not interested in the mistakes that play over and over in your mind, or the regrets that whisper accusations during your quiet moments. I do not measure your worth by your performance or your productivity. I see my beloved child walking through a valley that has a purpose not yet fully revealed. I see gifts that have not been fully used, strength that has not yet been fully tested, and a destiny that goes far beyond what you can imagine right now. And I see myself walking with you every single step of this difficult journey. You will never be left to face any problem without my presence. You will never be abandoned to find your way through the darkness alone. The wilderness season you have been going through was never meant to be your permanent home. It was always meant to be a passageway, a transition, a place of preparation before entering the land of promise I have been preparing for you. I understand how long this passage has felt. I understand how the days have seemed to blend into a never-ending cycle of struggle and survival. I know you have been wondering if you will ever see the other side of this hard time. The weight has been exhausting. The uncertainty has been difficult to carry. Fighting against discouragement has used up resources you did not even know you had. But during all of that, I was working and watching, waiting for the exact moment when the season would change. It is very important that you fully understand what I am saying about your life right now. The end of the wilderness is almost in sight. The edge of the promised territory is closer than you dare to believe. I am actively orchestrating events behind the scenes to bring you from this place of testing into a place of rest and abundance. This is not hopeless thinking or empty comfort. I make this declaration with the full weight of my character and the full power of my authority. What I say comes true. I do what I say I will do. What I start, I finish. And I want you to know that the start of your deliverance has already come. Right now, at this moment, I want you to move from just hearing to actively receiving. I am speaking over your life, and these words need your agreement to fully take root. So do something simple but powerful. Type the word Amen in the comments below. This is not a religious act. It is your personal declaration of agreement over everything I just spoke. As you type it, know that you are not simply leaving a comment. You are telling heaven that you are ready to receive what I have for you. Your voice is becoming more aligned with mine. You have been carrying loads that were never assigned to you. You have been trying to avoid problems that were never yours to solve. You have put too much pressure on yourself because of responsibilities I never intended for you to handle alone. Somewhere along the way, you picked up weights that belonged to other people. You agreed to carry things that were not your calling. You felt guilty about things that were completely out of your control. And I have watched you grow tired from this load. I have seen your shoulders sag under the weight of it. Your heart is exhausted. The life force you used to have has been drained by the constant effort just to survive. The joy you once had has been absorbed by worry. You no longer hear the peaceful voice inside you the way you once did, because anxiety has filled every quiet space. This is precisely why I am speaking to you right now, so gently and so directly. I am coming up behind you to lift the weight off your back. I am reaching out my hand to take the burden from your shoulders. I am coming to give your soul a rest that no vacation, distraction, or short-term escape could ever provide. The rest I offer is more than physical relaxation. It reaches the very core of your being, where the real exhaustion lives, the weariness that neither sleep nor medicine can touch. It reaches the part of your spirit that has been worn out from running on empty for far too long. The care I have for you does not depend on how well you perform. It is not conditioned on your faithfulness or obedience. Your upbringing may have taught you that love must be earned, and that makes it difficult for you to accept this truth. People in your past have given you conditional acceptance, withdrawing their love when you did not live up to their standards. You learn to associate praise with performance and attention with achievement, but the way my love works is completely different. Watching over you is not a duty I reluctantly take on. It flows out of who I am. The way light flows from the sun. I will always care about you, just as I cannot stop being who I am. This shows up in every sunrise I paint across the sky, in every breath you take without thinking about it, in every heartbeat that keeps your life going, in every provision that arrives exactly when needed, even when you had no idea how it would come. I was showing you proof of my care every day, but sometimes the weight of your worries made it hard for you to see it clearly. I want you to understand something about the dark time you have been going through. It was not a punishment for your sins. It was not a result of what you did wrong. It was not a sign that heaven had abandoned you or that I had forgotten about you. The enemy has been lying to you about what your struggles really mean, telling you that suffering means I do not love you, that difficulty means you are far from me. But let me tell you the truth. The valley you have been walking through was a place of formation, a school where some lessons can only be learned in the dark. While many things grow in light, some things can only grow in darkness. Roots grow deepest where the soil is shaded from the sun. Character becomes stronger under pressure in ways that comfort never could produce. Faith becomes real when circumstances seem to contradict every promise. You have been building a root system of faith that will carry you through every storm you face for the rest of your life. This season has been difficult, but you have grown closer to me through it than you ever could have during easier times. When everything else was stripped away and human support ran dry, you found that I was still there. When your own strength gave out, you discovered that my grace was sufficient. You cannot learn that from a book or a sermon. You have lived it, and so it is yours forever. I have been your guardian in moments when you did not know you needed guarding. Dangers approached and were turned away because my hand was on you. Plans made to harm you never came to fruition because I stood between you and those who wished you ill. You have been protected far more than you realize, not even during this valley, not even during the wilderness. Did my protection leave you? You may have felt exposed. But that was not the reality. Even on the darkest nights, when despair told you I was gone, I was right there preparing what you could not yet see. The deliverance I am bringing to you is not a distant dream for the future. It is a real event that is happening right now. Many times my children wait for breakthrough, as if it is still far away, straining to see something that is already right in front of them. But I am telling you clearly, the shift has already begun. Think about how a seed works when it is planted in soil for weeks or months. Nothing appears above the surface. Someone looking from the outside would see only earth and think nothing was happening. They might even believe the seed had failed. But below the surface, in the hidden darkness, there is an explosion of activity. Roots are extending downward, building the foundation on which everything else will rest. A shoot is pressing upward, gathering the strength needed to break through into the light. When it finally happens, it seems sudden, as if the plant appeared out of nowhere. But the breakthrough was the result of weeks of invisible preparation. The sudden appearance was the visible completion of a long hidden process. And this is exactly what is happening in your life right now. You are about to see the beginning of something that has been growing quietly behind the scenes for much longer than you realized. I have been making connections, opening doors, softening hearts, and setting up opportunities. I have been removing obstacles, turning some into stepping stones and others into fuel for your forward movement. What looks like a problem in your path will turn out to be the exact place where blessing waits. What looks like a setback will be revealed as preparation for a greater gain. When you arrive at your destination, the resources you need will be there. The right people will be in place. There will be no shortage of anything, because I prepared the space based on what I know you need, not just what you think you need. If you feel that this message has been speaking directly to your heart, I want to pause here and invite you to do something. This channel exists because of the generosity of people who believe in the power of these prophetic words. If this message has brought comfort to your spirit, if it has renewed your hope in a season when hope felt far away, consider sowing a seed of support through the Ko-Fi link in the description below. Your contribution, no matter how small, helps keep these words reaching people who need them most. If you feel led to give, the link is waiting for you, and if not, your presence here is already a blessing. Type "I receive this" in the comments to continue declaring your faith over your life. I know that the waiting has made you tired. I have watched hope slowly leave your eyes as day after day passed with nothing seeming to change. I have heard your prayers shift from strong declarations of faith to desperate cries in the darkness. There were times when all you could manage were groans too deep for words, and I treasured those groans as prayers. I have seen your heart grow cold with disappointment and your spirit go numb from hope that did not come when you expected it. The eagerness you once had to believe has been replaced by cautious hesitation. The constant waiting has worn down your confidence. But I want you to know something important. I have never been closer to you than I am right now. Desperation does not push me away. Weakness does not make me turn my face. I am drawn to those who know they need me. I am near to those who are broken. I save those who are low in spirit. Your recognition of need makes room for my provision. When you have used up all of your own resources, you begin to experience mine. Let me speak to some of the specific things that have been weighing on you. I know about the financial pressures that have kept you awake at night. I understand the weight of too many obligations, not enough income, and unexpected expenses that appear at the worst times. I know the creative ways you have stretched what you have, and the difficult choices you have had to make about what to address immediately and what to delay. The anxiety of calculations that never seem to add up has stolen your peace by day and invaded your rest at night. And I am telling you plainly, provision is on its way, not just enough to survive abundance that will overflow into every area of need. I am opening new channels you have not yet considered, setting up opportunities you have not yet imagined. The financial breakthrough will not come from the channels you have been watching with worry. It will arrive in unexpected ways, because I am the God of more than enough, and I delight in providing for my children in ways that make my involvement unmistakable. The health concerns that have been troubling you are also in my hands. I made your body with careful intention, and I understand every part of it. Your condition is not a mystery to me. The fears about what tests might reveal, the worry about what the future holds, the exhaustion of managing pain, day after day I know all of it, and I am sending restoration to your body. The healing you need does not depend solely on human wisdom or medical intervention. It flows from the throne of heaven, where I sit as the ultimate restorer of body and soul. Receive it. Allow my healing power to move through you, bringing strength to what has been weak and renewal to what has been damaged. The wounds in your relationships are also being addressed. I know what it is like to carry the memory of betrayals that cut deep. I understand how rejection made you question your own worth, and how abandonment taught you to be afraid of trusting anyone fully again. The walls you built to protect yourself have become prisons of loneliness. I am healing those wounds from the inside out, not to make you naive, but to restore your ability to love and be loved without fear. I am putting the right people on your path, people who will genuinely love you and treat you with dignity. The relationships that have caused pain are ending to make room for the ones that will give life. I want to remind you that no one else knows the battles you have fought in private. Behind closed doors, you have carried things that would surprise people who think they know you. You have hidden your pain because you did not want to be a burden, or because you feared no one would understand. But I have seen every secret battle. I have witnessed every private struggle, every wound you tried to hide, every tear you refused to shed in public. And I am speaking into those private places too. The freedom I am giving you breaks chains you have not even spoken aloud. The restoration I am bringing touches parts of you that you believed could never be healed. Let me also remind you of who you truly are. Somewhere along the way, you lost track of your identity. You believed lies that were repeated over you without you even realizing it when others labeled you. Those labels began to shape how you understood yourself. But those labels are not who you are. You are not defined by your problems, your failures, your worst moments, or what was done to you. You are my beloved child, made in my image, designed with purpose that only you can fulfill, and called to a future that is greater than anything you have imagined. The lies you have accepted are being exposed and removed. The truth of your identity is taking their place. You are loved. You are significant. You are capable. You are called. You are anointed. You have been chosen. These are not affirmations of human wishful thinking. They are declarations of fact from the one who created you. Your identity cannot be stripped away by misfortune, diminished by criticism, or lowered by mistakes. It comes from what I say about you, not from what you do or what happens to you. This is the foundation that will keep you stable through every storm that comes. I want to speak to you about the waiting period you have experienced. I know it felt like it would never end. I know you questioned whether your prayers were even reaching me. But the silence did not indicate my absence. The delay did not reveal disinterest. I was not ignoring you. I was preparing you. I was working in ways that required time to complete, investing in your readiness, because the destination I am taking you to requires a foundation. There must be roots before a tree can bear fruit. The preparation was not a detour. It was the most essential part of the journey. The problems you have faced this season are not proof of my absence. They are evidence of my presence. If the enemy were not attacking you, it would mean that the kingdom of darkness did not see you as a threat. The intensity of what you have been facing is actually proof of how significant your destiny is. You are someone whose breakthrough will bless not only you, but many others whose lives are connected to yours. The attack was not random. It was aimed at you specifically because of who you are and what you carry. But the enemy failed to account for one thing: the depth of my love for you. He did not calculate the fullness of my power working on your behalf. He has never once won a battle when I chose to engage, and I have chosen to fight for you. Not because you earned it, but because you belong to me. I paid the price for you, and no force in existence can hold what belongs to me. I am bringing you out. I am setting you free. I am breaking the chains that have held you back and leading you to a place where you can breathe again. The pain will lift, the weight will go. The reality of freedom will replace the feeling of being trapped, and this is not partial deliverance where one symptom is addressed while the root cause remains. I am dealing with your situation at its core, removing influences that have been working behind the scenes, cutting roots that have grown in darkness for years, ending agreements made without your knowledge or consent. When I set you free, the bondage will not return. The pattern will be broken for good. Now let me show you what the next season of your life looks like. You have been in survival mode for so long that you can barely imagine what it would mean to thrive. But I am describing it to you now, so you can begin to receive it. It is a life marked by peace instead of anxiety, by abundance instead of lack, by purpose instead of confusion. You will wake up each morning with a sense of expectation rather than dread. You will face challenges without the fear that has paralyzed you, because you will know from lived experience that I am with you and that I will see you through. You will feel my presence not as a distant religious concept, but as a living reality that fills every moment of your daily life. Prayers that seem to go unanswered will receive their response. Doors that would not open will now swing wide. Relationships that caused pain will either be healed or replaced with better ones. Financial pressure that has stolen your joy will be relieved by provision that exceeds your expectations. Health issues that have troubled you will give way to restoration. I am not speaking of minor adjustments to your current situation. I am speaking of transformation. One day this hard time will seem small compared to the beauty of what comes next. You will understand why certain things had to happen. You will recognize my hand in moments where you thought I was absent. And you will worship with a depth of gratitude that can only come from someone who has experienced real deliverance from real darkness. You may be wondering whether these promises are truly for you. Perhaps you feel that these words are meant for stronger believers, more devoted people, those who have not made as many mistakes as you have. But I am speaking directly to you, not to a perfected version of yourself you hope to become, but to you as you are right now, with all your fears, your doubts, and your failures. I chose you knowing exactly what you would do and what you would face. I have never once regretted that choice. The grace I give you is not a thin covering that barely hides your failures. It is extravagant grace that overflows your need, washing away not only the guilt of what you have done, but also the shame that has attached itself to your identity. You are righteous in my sight not because of what you have done, but because of what I have done for you. You do not need to clean yourself up before coming to me. Come as you are. Let my presence be what changes you. As this message has been working in your heart, I want to pause once more and ask you something. If these words have spoken to a place in you that you have kept hidden, if they have touched the quiet desperation that you have been carrying alone, please consider sharing this message with someone in your life who needs to hear it. There are people in your world walking through their own valley right now, wondering if anyone sees them, wondering if it will ever get better. Your one click could be the thing that turns their moment around. And if you feel moved to support the continuation of this work, the Ko-Fi link is in the description below. Every contribution helps ensure that these messages continue to reach the people who need them most. Even a small gift is an act of faith, a seed sown into the lives of everyone who will hear what you help make possible. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment. Give what you feel led to give, and trust that I see every seed sown in faith. Type "My household is covered" in the comments right now, not as a wish, but as a declaration. As you write those words, you are placing a covering of protection and provision over everyone in your care. something I want to speak to before this message ends. Your dreams. It has been a long time since you talked freely about your dreams, because you no longer fully believed they could come true. There are desires you buried because the pain of not seeing them fulfilled was too much to keep hoping for. There were visions you dismissed as naive or unrealistic, but many of those hopes, those dreams, those visions, I placed them in your heart in the first place, not to taunt you with impossible possibilities, but as a preview of what I intended to bring to pass in your life. Some of those dreams need to be revived. Some of those desires need to be dusted off and looked at again with fresh eyes. Some of those visions need to be clarified. The timing was not right before. The preparation was not complete. The character had not yet been fully developed. But those issues have been addressed during this wilderness season. Now the time is right. What was planted long ago is ready to be brought into the light. What was promised to you in an earlier season is almost ready to be fulfilled. Do not let anyone tell you that your window has closed. Do not let anyone tell you that it is too late. I am not bound by human expectations of how long things should take. I can compress years of progress into months. I can accomplish in one season what takes most people decades. I restore the years that were lost and make beauty from ashes and joy from mourning. Right now, the people you need to fulfill your destiny are being positioned. Divine connections are being orchestrated in the spiritual realm before they show up in the physical at the same time. Some relationships are ending, and that too is my work. There are people who were only assigned for certain seasons. Others have been holding back your progress without your knowing. Let go of what I am releasing. Make room for what I am bringing. Your gifts have not been wasted during the waiting period, they have been sharpened. Your calling has not been weakened by the delays, it has grown stronger. You are more ready now to step into the fullness of what I have planned for you than you have ever been before. As we come to the close of this message, I want to speak one final time to the voice of doubt that will try to rise up after you stop listening. The enemy will tell you that nothing has changed. He will point to everything that is still hard and use it as evidence that these words were empty. He will remind you of other times when things did not work out and suggest that this will be no different, but you must protect what was given to you today. Guard the hope that has risen in your spirit when doubt comes, and it will bring it to me rather than letting it grow in silence. When fear returns, and it will turn it into a prayer. When discouragement knocks, use the words spoken over you today as your weapon. These words are not just comfort. In the spiritual realm, they carry weight. They shift atmosphere. They release blessing. Take them with you. You have been given everything you need to stand firm and see the victory I have planned for you. More lives will be changed by the testimony you carry into the next season than you can count. Someone will find hope through your story of deliverance. Your transformation will be proof that I am still moving. Your breakthrough is not just for you. You are being set up to bring blessing to people who need to see what I can do. You have done well to make it this far. I know how many times you thought about giving up. I know how many times you questioned whether it was worth continuing. At night, I know how many times you asked yourself if any of this was real. But you are still here. You are still standing. Hope is still alive in you as you receive these words. That endurance matters. That persistence is seen. You will be rewarded for your faithfulness. A reward that belongs only to those who did not give up when everything inside them said to. The last act of faith for this message is simple. Type Amen one final time in the comments below. But make this one different. This Amen is your declaration that you are not the same person who began listening. Let it be your agreement that the breakthrough is not coming someday. It is already here, already moving, already in motion. I want to leave you with this assurance as I close. I am with you, not in an abstract, spiritual way that has no practical effect on your daily life, but in the real, tangible world of your actual circumstances. When you stand up and when you sit down, when you go out and when you come back in, when you face problems that seem impossible, and in the unexpected moments of joy when you least expect them. I am there through all of it, arranging details you cannot see, keeping you safe from threats you are unaware of, making sure you have what you need before you even know you need it. My presence will go with you as you move forward. My favor is a shield around you. Every promise I have spoken is backed by my power. Even when you cannot feel it, I hold you, and my faithfulness is the guarantee that everything spoken over you today will come to pass at exactly the right time. The wait is almost over. You are not as far from the breakthrough as you think. It is almost morning. Believe it, trust me, and watch what I can do with a life that is fully surrendered to my purpose. Before you go, I have one final invitation for you. Click the subscribe button right now, if you have not already. The enemy wants to keep you from the words that will carry you forward. Every time you subscribe, you are planting a faith flag that declares, I am committed to hearing God's voice and walking in the promises He has spoken over my life. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a message that could change everything. If this message has touched your heart and brought peace to your spirit, share it with someone who needs to hear it. There are people in your life right now walking through their own valleys, facing their own struggles, wondering if there is any hope left. This message could be exactly what they need. When you share it, you are not just sharing content. You are releasing what is on this word into their life. And finally, if you feel called to sow into this work and help these prophetic words continue to reach people who are searching for hope, the Ko-Fi link is in the description below and in the pinned comment. Your support, whatever you are able to give, helps ensure that no one who needs these words misses them because of a lack of resources. It is completely optional, but if you feel led, that is the place to act on it. Type Amen in the comments. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Share this with 3 people who need a miracle. And if your heart is moved to give, the Ko-Fi link is waiting. God is speaking. Keep listening. Keep believing. Keep trusting. Your breakthrough is closer than you think.